Have you ever been told you got to believe in yourself? Terrible advice. You know, these are the same people that'll tell you you got to listen to your heart. Nope. Your heart is the most deceitful thing in the universe. Don't listen to your heart. You know, I heard my friend Lori from Lori's Soul Circle talking about this idea of basically having a fear that your needs won't be met. Having a lingering background fear that you're going to be living in want and in poverty. It's something I would call that having a spirit of poverty inside of you. And the truth is that you have to have faith that your needs, your basic needs, will be met. You just can't go through life carrying around this fear that you're going to not have enough and you're going to be like in some kind of poverty situation. You know, the generation that lived through the Great Depression had a tendency to scrimp and save everything for the rest of their lives. They wouldn't let a half a can of beans go to waste. They'd save everything and scrimp everything and pinch pennies for everything. And you can have a spirit inside yourself of poverty, which brings poverty about. You have to have a spirit that believes in provision and that your basic day-to-day needs are going to be met. You know, I've got this mindset that I kind of carry around with me that worrying is illegal. It's not just bad for me. It's not just something I try to avoid. It's illegal. I am not allowed. I am forbidden to worry. And that includes worrying about provision, worrying about, you know, where your next meal is going to come from, worrying about where your next paycheck's going to come from, worrying about if you're going to have a job next month or next year. You just cannot walk through life worrying. So for that reason, I've said that worrying is not just a bad idea, it's illegal. Some people get into pretty heavy credit card debt. I think it's very easy to start to think of debt and credit cards as a source of provision, and it kind of becomes a substitute for faith and a substitute for the belief that, you know, your basic needs are going to be met provisionally. And I tell you what, you start to see debt as your substitute source. Whew, you're going to be in big trouble for a long time. Get in that situation, it's hard to get out of that, man. Do not start to think of debt, especially credit cards, but debt in general, as a substitute for your source of provision. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. I know a lot of people like to at least say that they are self-reliant and that they can only count on themselves. I think that that's a trap. I think that's having too high of an opinion of yourself. I understand why people want to say that, because they don't believe they can trust in anybody else but themselves. But you gotta have some faith, and you gotta believe in providence as your source of provision. That's why it's called providence, because it provides. Well, if you've hung with me this long, you'll probably enjoy our weekly live stream I do on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. Why don't you come on back, make a note of it, come back at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night, join this channel's live stream where I talk about all kinds of stuff like this, and we just sort of rephrase the outdoorsy optimism we have as just a daily way of living. There's a lot of great people who show up. We got a great community of people who come to the live stream. Sometimes I've got special guests. Sometimes we have awesome people in the comments, in the chat. You'll make some new friends. I guarantee you'll make some new friends in the chat. You'll get a lot of support from people. People are willing to listen and talk to you and hear what you're going through and encourage each other. It really will be the best thing you do all week, I promise you. 8 o'clock Eastern time, Wednesday nights, right here on this channel. I'll see you there. So not a real long video this time. I'm just walking around touring this battlefield and seeing what's here. But I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about reevaluating what you consider your source of provision. Make sure that you've got some kind of faith that something bigger than yourself is going to take care of you. I'm going to keep walking around here and check things out. And I'll see you guys in the next video.